back to another game of Kohath. We're going to hop right into another Premier draft here with Strixhaven. See that continuing our good play streaks. Certainly enjoying the format still. I think the Mystic Archives just add that level of variety to the set that makes it really fun. I've been reading on Reddit that some people don't like it, but I think as far as a draft format goes, I think it's really, really fun. Um, let's see. What do we open up? We got Baleful Mastery, which is a really good removal spell. Introduction of Prophecy is fine. Killian's very good. Um, it feels wrong to pass this great removal spell. Um, so like Baleful Mastery and Killian are my two best picks. Um, kind of by a long shot. Huh. I think I just want to take the single removal spell. I won't get Killian back, but I don't think I'll get Baleful Mastery back either. It's one or the other. Killian won't necessarily make decks work perfectly. Baleful Mastery will every time. The more removal, the better. I think that's kind of our motto here. So Baleful Mastery is our pick. So number 2, Killian. That could be wrong, but so we're gonna take Baleful Mastery number 1. Okay, so what do we have here? We have Rushed Rebirth. Choose target creature when it dies this turn. Search library for a creature card with lesser mana value, put on battlefield, tap, and shuffle. It's okay. It's okay. Witherbloom Apprentice is a decent Blood Artist effect, Aristocrat's effect. Cram Lesson's fine for a learn card. A lot of people use Square Up. Introduction Annihilation's a decent removal spell. Expensive, but it does the job. Symmetry Sage, it's fine. Circle Apprentice, it's fine. I'm going to take the rare here. I think Apprentice might be better. Actually, I think Apprentice is better. So I'm going to take Apprentice. We might see this come back. I doubt it. I would like to rare draft here, but I think that Apprentice is going to be worth it. I don't know if we're going black-green. I'm not committed to that. We're just taking this as the best card in the pack at the moment. Well, now I might be going black-green. Honor Troll is very good. I would also like Snakeskin Veil. I think it's a very strong card, but Honor Troll fits very well with the Golgari life gain. Environmental Sciences is also fine. Good way to make sure you're hitting your land drops. But yeah, top pick Honor Troll number 2, Snakeskin Veil. We'll see if we can wheel Environmental Sciences, maybe Campus Guide, whatever. Leyline Invocation. I'm not super excited about it. It's fine. I'll play it, I suppose. Dark Ritual. I don't know if Dark Ritual's all that busted. Fortifying Draft, though. That is a good card. Scared Colony is also pretty good. Essence Infusion, also very good. Arutha coming around, pick 4 is also interesting. I haven't seen a lot of really good blue, however. Pop Quiz, Pigment Storm. There's not a lot good in red and blue that I'm seeing. I'm going to go ahead and take the Fortifying Draft, I think. It's the best card in the pack for us. I wouldn't mind Dark Ritual. I just don't think it'll actually play well in the deck. I don't mind running a single Tingle Trap in Best of 1. I think that it's pretty beneficial. Scary Colony, I would run these. They're not the top pick, but they're not quite filler either. They do a good job. Late game it's a 2-mana 4/4. It's pretty solid. D-Spark. I'm not opposed. We could be an Abzan. Go Blank is fine as well. Practical Research is a really good red-blue card. Maybe I'm getting punished for not taking that Rutha. Arrogant Poet is also very good. Honestly, we've only got one removal spell, so D-Spark's interesting, but I like Arrogant Poet. Being able to early on kind of ramp up is really good. Or early on getting some damage in and having it potentially be a flyer. Would also take Amplimancer and Sermon, both are good cards in our deck. I don't think there's a reason to go into white at this point. But D-Spark and Spiteful Squad are both very good in the 1/1 counters theme and build. Venturous Impulse is fine. Overgrown Arch is a really good sign for us. We're taking that. Would also like Hunt for Specimens and Field Trip and Scary Colony and Essence Infusion. Lots of good cards here. Burying Books notably is a very good blue removal spell. But Overgrown Arch here, it's a bomb in the deck, especially if you get some Blood Researchers to go with it. Fortifying Draft again, or something else. I think with what we're building, we want Fortifying Draft, right? I think so. The 1 mana gain life, pump your creature, it seems pretty good. Because this is 2 mana, you're giving it 2/2, and also a 1/1 counter on it. So you're giving it 3 mana, +3/+3. I think that draft gives us more synergy, so I think that's where we want to go. Who are we playing with here? NCAA, APA, Ruffles, Cruz Drache, Kiwats, Colette, Eric, Portal. Okay. No one I know. Shock coming by super late here. Mage Hunter's Onslaught also very late. What are people drafting? I have no idea what's being drafted here in our packs. I'm very happy to take a Mage Hunter's Onslaught. That gives us 2 pieces of removal in the first pack, which is good. And would love to take some Introduction to Prophecy, something like that. Arrogant Poet I would play as course. I'm really surprised to see Shock coming around 8th pick. That's a really odd signal. But it's coming around with Mage Hunter's Onslaught, so I don't really know what we're looking at here. This is an interesting choice. Do we want Tangle Trap, Prophecy, or Crushing Disappointment? I don't mind running a single Disappointment as a card draw spell. I think it's pretty beneficial. Our curve's looking a little high here, though. We'll take our 1 Tangle Trap here. Nothing else in the pack for us. Take a Biblioplex. This one allows us to get a card from our graveyard on top of our library, which isn't a bad thing at all. Essence Infusion seems really good. Continue to help us get the necessary life gain. We do need some payoffs though. If we don't get any Blood Researchers, black-green's not looking too great, and there's really not much reason to play green based on what we have here. I'm very happy to take D-Spark. Like I said, I'm not opposed to playing Abzan, and it's a great removal spell for larger things, but Venturous Impulse is playable as well. You get to leave the top 3 cards of your library, reveal a creature or land from among them, put it into your hand. Very happy to play it. Exile monocolored creature. Flunk, I think, is just better. Of course, I play Vanishing Verse, especially if we're going to go into Abzan, but I want white to be my splash if we're going to do that. And here, Flunk is the best card. Of course, I take Vanishing Verse as a rare, be fine. Unwilling Ingredient, I would play. Field Trip, Scary Colony, I'd play both of those. Witherbloom Campus would be a pretty high pickup. Let's take Flunk here. Let's see what else we have. Bookworm. I actually haven't had the chance to play with Bookworm, and every time it's played against me, it is really dominating. So I don't think I pass Bookworm here. I think it's the call. We've got 2 rare red cards here. The guy passing to me took a common in its place. It looks like the land, likely. We'll take Bookworm. Regrowth again, very good card. It plays well in the deck, so Regrowth is a very happy pickup. Our green's looking a lot better. Abundant Harvest, this is the Modern Horizons 2 card that was revealed, so you choose land or non-land, but you get the top card of that kind, which is very good. Lets us get deeper, but the 2 mana removal spell seems still too good. We're going to take Flunk here over Abundant Harvest, as much as I would love to have the rare. Village Rites, Tend the Pest, Amplemancer, Karak, Lash of Malice. We're not getting our green-black payoffs, unfortunately, but I'm going to continue to take black removal because we might not really be that good of a life game deck. We might just be kind of a black-green mid-range or late-game deck and see about overpowering our opponent and just going for the win. Bookworm will be very strong in that regard. 8 mana, 7/7, gain 3 life, draw a card, and if it's in your graveyard, pay 3 opponents off your library. Yeah. It's a very powerful effect. Let's see, what do we have here? Hunt for Specimens seems really good for us. I would like a Servant. I would be very happy to get a Summoning. But at this point, I think getting ways to get into our sideboard would be really beneficial. We don't have any lessons yet, but they can come later. I don't know if we would splash a single copy of D-Spark. Kind of doubtful that that's what the route we would take. I like this negate art. I think it looks really nice. Very interesting. Whirlwind Denials, fine. Another Hunt for Specimens, a Mage Duel. We are at 14 non-creature spells. It's pretty high. Go take the Hunt, or go take Mage Duel. I'm going to go ahead and tag Hunt here, but I just want to take a look. What are our creatures? Oh, Pest, Arch, Apprentice, Troll. Yeah. I don't know if that was right, but it's not the worst. Containment Breach, Destroy Artifact or Enchantment. I mean, nothing here stuff I really want to main deck. Zephyr Boots would be okay, I suppose. I think that this has some upside to our deck. We'll go ahead and take it. Campus Field Trip, Scurried Colony. I think we want Campus here. Happily pick that up. We're going to go ahead and move D-Spark to the sideboard. Certainly get our 2 drops. Fortifying Drafts will be pulled completely if we don't get some Blood Researchers. Really interesting we don't have creatures, but we do have spells. Really high quality spells. We'll see what we get past. Pack 3 could be our saving grace. I hope, anyway. Well, I guess we'll take another wall. Maybe. Huh. I don't know what deck Excavated Wall plays super well in. Maybe that's the Izzet deck? So you can exile things out of your yard or whatnot. But it's a creature. 1 mana creature. 100% filler. Patch taking a little bit of time to get around the table. I'll take it commons. I'm not sure I'll play it, but it's the only card there that I would play. Abundant Harvest came back to us. That's a huge pickup. Amphimancer came back to us. That's great. Charge Through is fine. I'd play a copy of Charge Through probably. Bullfrog. 3 mana, 2/3 flyer, pay 0, cast target instant sorcery card from graveyard this turn. If that spell doesn't target a creature you control, it costs 8 more to cast this way. That spell would be put in your graveyard. Exile instead. Activate only once each turn. Seems really good. Also, Channel. I guess I can get a Bookworm out on turn 1, potentially. Crap. I want both of these cards in general. I don't think the Channel's really playable in our deck. I don't have any way to really go off on it. Mavinda seems very strong. Flunk is still a great removal spell here. It feels really awkward passing those. There's Dinah, Karak as well. I would also be happy with the Inkling summoning. So at this point, we've got 2 Hunt for Specimens, so I need some more sideboard cards here. We've got Containment Breach, I think is our only lesson at the moment. We'll take Dinah here. I think that's a good fit for our deck. Plumb the Forbidden. Pledge Mage. Pledge Mage is our choice here. Rise of Exodus would also be of interest. Woe Eater. I don't have a ton of creatures. I still think it's worth probably picking up a Woe Eater. We can play it in our deck. It just seems pretty strong. We'll see how our deck turns out here. It looks like, our 2-drop slot is looking pretty healthy, which is nice. Here, you're up to 10 creatures. I kind of like the Dissector in this deck. Of course, I want Campus. Mage Duel would be really good too. But I think I want Dissector here. Give myself some ways around being just blown out. Necrotic Fumes, I think, makes a lot of sense here in our deck. Groff would also be good. Honor Troll good. Pest Summoning, fantastic. Pardon me. Gross. Will we play a second Essence Infusion, or will we play a second Biblioplex? I think we play a second Assistant first. Let's take that. Mage Hunter's Onslaught. Yes. It's 2 Onslaughts, 3 Flunks. Very strong. Ugh. I don't know if we'll pay 3 of these. Both of our rares get picked up, of course. I would rare draft the crap out of them as well. Silverquill Pledge Mage, square up. Let's take the creature here. It gains its life. Could be beneficial. Well, we don't have a single Blood Researcher, so it's pretty awkward, honestly, for a common never to make it around. Never saw a Quandrix Pledge Mage either, interestingly. I think the cards are known to be pretty strong nowadays. Take the 1-drop here. I don't think 3 assistants is probably worth it. I could be wrong. They could be. Trying to think about what I have. I'm not playing any of those cards, so I'm just trying to think about what I have in my library. Yeah, I don't think we're going to splash into white. I don't think we want the field trip. Okay. Well, we've got cards, that's for sure. Passing the campus and we didn't get it back. That stinks. But we've got 2 lessons here. Containment Breach and Necrotic Fumes. They'll both have decent play. Containment Breach maybe less. Necrotic Fumes will tend to have the best play for us. Some cards that we don't want. I don't think we want either of the Fortifying Droughts. I don't think that they're going to be worth it. We're going to cut a single charge through. I kind of like our 2-drops. They're very expensive, but I do like them. Maybe Crushing Disappointment is out. It's our only way of drawing cards, but I just don't think it's going to be worth trying to cruise in. I think we can cut a swamp, bring in the campus, cut another swamp. Here we go. I think 16 lands is enough with our 2-drops the way they are. Getting up to 8 might be a little difficult, but these games tend to run long, and I think with the amount of removal we have, we shouldn't have major problems. we are looking at 14 creatures and 15 non-creatures, so perhaps our non-creature count needs to drop. Um, Impulse and Harvest are both good. They're going to help me get a land if I need it on turn one, so I don't mind keeping both of those. um, hmm. Currently, our removal is 2 Mage Hunter's Onslaughts, a Baleful Mastery, 3 Flunks, a Lash of Malice, a Tangle Trap. We're going to take Tangle Trap out for sure, especially since we have the lesson that lets us target those things. Regrowth is great. Biblioplex Assistant is great. They kind of give me some recursion in the deck, getting into other pieces that I want. Bookworm and Pledge Mage are both major cards I want to keep. Woe Eater feels awkward, but at the very least, I'm paying 4 mana, waiting a turn, and forcing my opponent to discard a card, gain 2 life. I think Essence Infusion's a little off here. The 2-on-1 counters is strong. I think it's worth keeping just for the 2-on-1 counters, to be completely honest. I'm going to take Charge Throughout. It does recycle itself and it gives it trample, but I think we'll be fine. Um, I need both Hunt for Specimens so I can get into my sideboard. It's just necessary. I don't have a great one counter synergy, but what I like about Novice Dissector is that it gives me the capacity to it gives me the capacity of Novice Dissector to protect my stuff by destroying them, sacrificing them, rather than letting them be exiled, as well as pumping up other creatures. So I think it's definitely worth keeping. Oh, but it only activates as a sorcery. That's again super awkward and much weaker. So I'll drop it. As a matter of fact, I've confused myself on that before, so that's really frustrating. Um, 2 more cards to cut. What do I cut? Do I drop 1 apprentice? 1 assistant, I mean? I think maybe. Drop 1 assistant and our 3 drops are so awkward. Only 2 3 drops. Um, how do I win the game? I'm going to take the Essence Infusion. We'll run it like that, and we'll see how it goes. So yeah, so that's our deck. I'm going to pull in these here to be seen. There we go. All right. So there's our deck. I will update the deck list, and then we will hop into game 1 pretty immediately. All right, let's jump into game 1 with our Flunking Mastery deck. Sometimes the names take a little bit to come up with. This one, we had 3 flunks, and we had the Baleful Mastery as our pick 1, so it built something off of it. Just for fun here, it's a pretty awkward hand, huh? Need a black mana, but other than that, we've got 4 2-drops that all are going to do something for us. We're going to arrogantly keep it. We'll see if that is our undoing. The hand itself is really good. Got removal, got 4 creatures, two extra cards in hand. It seems very solid. Clever Luminancer, okay. Regrowth is not the card I wanted. I do need a swamp here. Opponents on Silverquill, eager first year. They're going to be very aggressive, and that could just kill me. It's really unfortunate. If we had one black source, I think we'd be in a lot better shape. Getting in for 2. No blocks. Bullet plays, nothing. Interesting. Oh boy. Well, this could be very good games. I don't think regrowth is worth keeping in hand at this moment. Nothing to regrowth. Really need a swamp. Getting in for 2 again. Opponent's up to 4 mana. They're not incentivized to do pretty much anything. Here we go again. Mana screwed. This is unfortunate. We'll throw away our 5-drop. Opponent seems to be flooding. If I can start drawing cards, I potentially could pull this around. Okay, well there's a 3rd mana. Unfortunately, it's not the right color. Opponent again, still disincentivized from doing anything. They're up to 6 mana. I'm up to 4 mana, but it's all green. I did put swamps in my deck, right? Yikes. Here I am, down 10 life. Okay. Well, now then, that is something. I need something that's actually going to kill a creature, or at least threaten it. I don't think it actually will, because opponent's going to be sitting on fortune removal at the moment. I'm so far behind. I'm going to have to start using Mage Hunter's Onslaughts on 2/2s, which will be very disappointing. Opponent gets another swamp, and removal. Study break. Sure. Yep. I think that's it. It's 10. Oh man. What a terrible, terrible game that was. It's not the way I want to start this draft. Not at all. Okay, well, I will update our deck list and we will start game 2. Hopefully have a little bit more of a game going for us. Hopefully we don't flunk. That would be the worst part of this all. I think our deck's really good. I'm concerned about how it actually wins a long game a little bit. I think we're missing a lot of major payoffs, but we should be able to remove about everything the opponent's doing and hopefully get in with enough incidental damage to actually get the game over. But that particular game right there was miserable. Dr. Didgeridoo. Good luck and have fun, friend. Okay. Oh, this is better. This is a million times better. Yes. We're going to keep our 7. Opponent's mulliganing. They're down to 6. Alright. Plays a swamp. We will lead on a swamp ourselves and pass. Oh, they play plains. Did I say swamp? My brain doesn't work. Eager first year. We're going to go ahead and lash that. It doesn't need to exist. I'm going to go ahead and get Hunt here. We're going to dig out the Necrotic Fumes. Opponent knows we have a removal spell in hand, then potentially slow them down a little bit. Oh, they got the 2/3. Wonderful. So where X is 7 minus number of cards in your controller's hand, so that would be -4. Pretty happy to take that away. Alright, well look at that. We just flunked the student advocate. Get out of here. Alright, got in for 1. Opponent looking for their next play. Notably, we missed a land drop, so that's unfortunate. Perhaps getting down to 16 lands wasn't useful, but our curve is just so low at 2, it just makes sense to only play it, but I was hoping that we could continue drawing into some lands here. Alright, there's land number 3. We will go ahead and get in here for 1. I think. Maybe not. Alright. We're going to start with Arch, I think. Even though that's a... Oh, I guess if we draw land, we could end up doing Apprentice and Arch. Okay. We'll do Troll first. It's the highest upside, that then we can potentially get Witherbloom Apprentice down and Overgrown Arch, which would be pretty great. Heated debate. Makes sense. No matter what we played, it was going to go down. Here, we're going to choose land. Take the next land. Fortunately, it was a forest. We will Overgrown Arch and get in for 1. Opponent stuck on lands here as well. Oh, Swamp. Okay, there. Mardu. Get the Trudge going. We're going to Apprentice here and get in for 1. We will also hunt for specimens. Oh, we don't have another black mana. Well, that's awkward. We'll end our turn. So Apprentice makes it to where as we gain life, we'll drain the opponent. So Overgrown Arch will actually do a considerable amount of work here. They don't want to let it sit around, either one of these cards. Pillar Drop Rescuer, mana cost 3. Alright, so their Mythic is going to come back, I think. Yep. I have to deal with it again. Which Necrotic Fumes should be fine to do. We'll go ahead and drain them here. And go to my turn. Oh, I have to cast Instant Sorcery Spell. Okay. Well... Do I hunt for specimens here, or do I Pledge Mage? I kind of think I Pledge Mage. Protect my life total a little bit. Pretty happy with that. Imagine this 3/3 comes down. Well, that's just not cool. Defending the campus against my Pledge Mage. And getting in here for 6. Yeah, I might unblock. We'll go ahead and take our 6 here. Take our beats. Gain our life. I wish we had another land. So that kind of sucks. And it just goes on top of the library too, which isn't the best. Because what would I put back on the top? I guess Flunk. Pretty content to do that. Take Flunk, put it back on top. Yeah, y'all aren't blocking anyway. Go ahead and get in for 3. End our turn. I'll trade Assistant for Rescuer, I think. they're going to be afraid to play their card now because they know I've got another flunk coming, not knowing I even have Baleful Mastery in hand. Opponent gets in here. They don't really have any way of gaining life, and I think I want to protect my life total a bit better than taking 4. Pretty happy to trade that off at the moment. Mavinda comes down. Sure. And then in Light Scribe. Okay. Fine. I mean, Mavinda's just going to flunk again, I think. I don't think there's any reason not to. Light Scribe's gonna die too, so we will get there. I don't know what the opponent's doing now. Are they looking for instant or sorcery card? I guess they can give their creatures 1/1 till end of turn. Is that instant speed or sorcery speed? Interesting. Instant speed. But still, it gives it 4. Okay. Oh, but Light Scribe will also pump it up. So I give it 5. So it still dies. 7 minus 2 is 5. Yes. Okay. Target Mavinda. Drain the opponent for 1. I imagine the opponent has to defend the campus just to try to save it. I'm not sure, but I don't think it works for them. Great. They didn't do it. We're going to wait now. Of course, we still have 2 other removal spells in hand. We don't have our second black source. Our Hunt for Specimens is in hand as well. It's another point of life for us. Shield Mage, that's a good card. I will happily pay the 3 life to kill it next turn. Getting in for 2. My turn. The Daemagoth Woe Eater. I actually really like this play, because then I have another Hunt for Specimens in hand as well. They don't really want my 7/6 to bash in. Let's see what the opponent does. Could have been a mistake. I might have should have needed to kill the Shield Mage, but we're going to take the 5 flying here. Yep. And then we have opponent. They're looking at Brackish Trudge, but they don't have a way of gaining life at the moment. But perhaps they have a way of gaining life here on this turn. Get rid of our pest. Gain some life. Let's see. We're going to go ahead and get in for 9 here. No reason not to. Okay. They want to trade. I am content to trade. Opponent's trying to figure out what to do next. Okay. Then do I play Assistant and kill off their 2/2 flyer? I think I do. Play Assistant, put Flunk back on top. Oh, no, no, no. Well, okay. I meant to get Flunk, and I got Lash of Malice instead, but currently Lash of Malice would kill either one of these. It just doesn't kill Shield Mage. Um, okay. They're exiling my monocolor. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. They're ripping me apart. Ugh. No. Yep. Should have removed it. Well, this draft is going considerably poorer than my other drafts. Am I playing worse? I think I might be. Oh, man. Well, opponent, good game. You certainly played that well. So I'll update our record and then we'll jump into game 3 here with our 0-2 flunk deck. Well, let's see if we can ourselves stop flunking and force the opponent to flunk. That opponent had some good cards, and I felt like we were removing them consistently. Not having access to my black mana is really murdering me. I'm really surprised I haven't had it. Again, we'll keep it because it looks good, but definitely need more swamps. Abundant Harvest, okay. I think we need to choose non-land here, though. Okay, well, that's not exactly the card I want to regrowth. Zimone, okay. Hunt for Specimens seems okay here. Go ahead and take Necrotic Fumes. You gotta kill off Zimone pretty quickly. We don't want her to go off. I can Baleful Mastery her. That's a benefit. I don't like that they're keeping mana up here. It's not my favorite of all things. I think we pass. Opponent's gonna have to do something here, and when they do, we'll go ahead and Baleful Mastery Zimone if we can. They unfortunately are going to get something here, but I feared that they had Protection Spell. But happy to exile Zimone. Limit what the opponent can do. Now, Assistant is even better because I can get Baleful Mastery back, which is a top-notch removal spell. We're going to get in for 1 here. Again, though, we are still light on black sources. But I think it's worth going ahead and getting Baleful Mastery back. Really increase our removal capacity. Okay. Yeah, we will go ahead and exile that too. Get in for 3. We can regrowth it again. All right. Now we're cooking here. Now we got our 5 mana, our double black source. I'm going to go ahead and get in for 3. See what the opponent wants to do. Nothing. Interesting. We'll Pledge Mage. Pass. Get the opponent down to 13. It's feeling good. Opponent's flooding pretty hard. Eureka Moment. Draw 2 cards, put a land on the field. Alright, opponent's passing, no land from the opponent. Yep, we're gonna go ahead and bash in for 8. See if they'll let it happen. It's a Fairy's Protection, okay. That happens, they phase out. I will Pledge Mage here. Oh, I feel like we're starting to drop frames. We'll end our turn. At 11 points of damage on the battlefield at the moment. All right. Good game, opponent. Well, there we go. 1 and 2. We didn't flunk that time. We also didn't cast flunk that time, so maybe there's something to that. Anyway, update our record, and we will jump into game 4 right after that. Stay tuned. All right, just made a quick restart there before we jump into game 4. Had felt like we were beginning to drop some frames, so I wanted to make sure that the rest of the video didn't contain that issue. So here we are, game 4. We're going to be playing against Moon Knight. Good luck and have fun, my friend. I hope that we can continue to play. Ooh, 2 Flunks in hand, 2 Swamps in hand. I'm feeling very good about this hand. Biblioplace Assistant, I really do like. If you're short on lands, though, it's frustrating because you're not going to be drawing lands. You're setting up your next draw to be a spell that you want. But I'm pretty content with what we're seeing here. We're going to run an Arrogant Poet on turn 2. See if we can get some early damage in. Hopefully the opponent's going to be a little bit slower. What do we have, opponent? Opponent let on Swamp. Turn 2, they bring out an island, Demir. They're playing Arrogant Poet. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, my flumps are not going to do much against them, but I'm going to go ahead and fly in, I suppose. Does hurt me some. These are instant speed, though, so if opponent plays stuff out. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, still can't get in. They're going to get in and hit me down to 16 here. They have a follow-up play? They do not. Alright, so they're out of flunk range, which is a little frustrating, but our hunt for specimens will force them to fly. We will decline here. Go ahead and get in for 2. We'll hunt, and we will take our necrotic fumes. Opponent draws again. Our hand is stacked. I would like another land, but our hand is stacked. Sign in Blood. Drawing 2 cards and losing 2 life. Well, our flunk is looking really bad against opponent at the moment. Ideally, we can end up getting there, but we're not there yet. We're gonna go ahead and we're pay the 2 life. Let's see what they want to do. I'm going to be happy playing Biblioplex Assistant here and drawing Hunt for Specimens because I'm really happy with the way our hand looks at the moment. Getting another 1/1 doesn't seem bad. Opponent plays an island. I don't know what's going on in the opponent's hand. They're not doing a ton. Multiple choice. Okay. They're scrying, they're drawing. They're balancing something in my hand. Interesting. I'll bounce the pest, that's fine. They get a 4/4. I can Mage Hunter's Onslaught the 4/4, which is okay. I think that's what we're going to go ahead and do here. Kill that. Get in for 4. We're going to, again, take the action, get over their head. Because I think if we can keep the pressure on, we're dealing more damage than they are to us. They get a Forest, Carrick Wrangler, sure. It's a good card. They still have 6 cards in hand. It's a bit disappointing. We'll play our Hunt for Specimens again, and we're going to go ahead and get in. We will again pay a fly over their head. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Alright, so I can kill Arrogant Poet now. I'm going to wait for the moment, see what they do. They give up. Great. Good game. I have no idea what was going on in the opponent's hand. They have a bunch of double green cards or something? I'm not really sure. But 2 and 2 with our flunking mastery deck, so good game, opponent. I'll update the deck list and we will continue on. Alright, 2 and 2 here for our deck list. See if we can keep on. I don't like having 2 losses so early. I feel like everything's just on edge. It's always potentially the last game. Ugh. I'm hoping to get our gems back so that we can continue our streak of letting our drafts pay for our drafts. Certainly makes it a little bit more enjoyable for me to continue making content too. Ecorex 3, good luck and have fun. Let's see what we have. 2 swamps and a forest, you can't pass it, can you? We're not doing anything until turn 3, which is a little late for our deck, but hopefully we can draw into some earlier plays, hopefully get another land to turn on our Mage Hunter's Onslaught as well. Silver Quill for the opponent. We've got Flunk now, which is nice. Archery Commons, okay. Opponent's playing a little bit slower. They've got multiple colors going, it appears. We go ahead and get Pledge Mage down. It's a 3-1. Pass our turn. Leech Fanatic. 3, 4, 5, 6. I don't particularly want to Mage Hunter's Onslaught that. Instant sorcery card from graveyard. Okay, so Silver Quill Pledge Mage won't come back. I'm gonna wait for now. I'll play Daemagoth. We'll see what we can do. Opponent plays Swamp. 6 cards in hand. The number of cards in hand is really awkward with Flunk. I just imagine, like, it works really well on Arena, but whenever you always have to ask your opponent how many cards do you have in your hand, it's going to get to a point that they're just going to know you're running Flunk and what you're holding. So it's a little cheesy, in my opinion. They got Field Trip, found a forest. They've learned Pest Summoning. And we'll go ahead and sack our Pledge Mage at the moment. I think it's going to be worth it to us here. Kill off their Fanatic. It's a bit of a weak use of the Onslaught, but getting in for 7 seems strong. It'll be 9 damage overall next turn. Oh no, I just gained 2 life. They don't drain 2 life. It's fine. Yep. It goes away. I get to draw a card. I get to gain 2 life, and they discard a card. Opponent discards Lash of Malice. Okay. We're gonna go ahead and play the Biblioplex Assistant. Put Mage Hunter's Onslaught back on top of our library. And we'll pass our turn. Got Lash of Malice up if we need it. Looking pretty good at the moment. We'll see what the opponent does, but we've got 3 strong removal spells in hand. Sure. They're going to play a 7-6. I'll destroy it. Seems fine. Yep, I'll take 2. It's a little odd. Unless the opponent has a way to protect it, which they very well might. But I can't let them keep on the battlefield if they have the option. Plum the Forbidden, okay. It's fine. You're going to draw a couple cards here. Um, hmm. Yeah, I think we're gonna go the long haul here and put Bookworm in, and then we'll go ahead and bash in for 2 pretty happily, and we'll end our turn. Opponent draws their card. My flunk right now is looking pretty bad as the opponent is over 7 cards. Opponent plays a campus return, and you have to have some other follow-up play here. Leyline Invocation. Sure. Okay. Well, I think we're going to go ahead and destroy that and get in for 2. We'll end our turn. Opponent's going straight to combat, getting in for 1, okay? Plays a land for turn. Plays a Karok, okay? Spectre defends. Yep. Um, well, lucky for me, I do have 2 flunks in hand, and so pretty happily go ahead and remove both of them. Get in for 2. Would have been a good turn to put Bookworm on bottom of the library as well, but or on 3 from the top, because I think we're likely to hit a land in the next 3 cards, but didn't get there. Opponent plays land, gets in for 1, and end a turn. Okay. I'm going to go ahead and put this in, play a land ourselves, and get in for 2. I mean, we're doing the good work. We've certainly nailed the opponent considerably. We've only had 1 creature all game. If they had, or we had Damogoth too, and Pledge Range. Okay, I'm totally wrong. 1 creature that's actually been able to do anything, and they just haven't had the removal spell for it. Um, they actually didn't have a removal spell for any of my creatures, so Blood Researcher, sure. We will go ahead and lash it. Don't really want them gaining life. Don't really want them having creatures I can't deal with. Um, Abundant Harvest seems good. We're going to choose non-land. Got Bookworm. Revealed a Swamp as well. So we got 7 mana right now. Still need 1 more. Opponent's down to 2 turns here. They're digging for any sort of removal. They put something on top here, so it's either removal or a flyer. Goes through combat. Sure. No blocks. And Overgrown Arch. Okay. Pass turn. Too bad I don't have a pump spell. One single pump spell and I win the game this next turn. Bookworm seems pretty good though. And then we're going to go ahead and get in for 2 here. They will gain their life, but 7/7 Trampler will make it to where their low life total just isn't going to be beneficial. Opponent draws. And counting up their lands, it looks like. Plays another swamp. They've certainly got the lands. They're gaining a life now. Sacking it and learning, okay. Necrotic Fumes, taking up the Bookworm, I guess, but then you still die to Assistant. Yep. It's the best answer to the Bookworm. And Mortality Spear, the Assistant. Okay. Well, that's it for our turn. Let's see what the opponent has. They're scrying on upkeep, sure. Puts it on bottom. Draws their card. Plays Biograph. It's a good card. Now it's us. We're going to go ahead and scry. Hunt for specimens. I would like to see. Have we already got necrotic summonings out? Because if so, I don't really want it, but we haven't. So, okay. We will go ahead and draw it. And oh, main phase. We'll play Hunt. We'll take Necrotic Fumes. We'll pass our turn. Opponent doesn't really want to attack without a follow-up play, because I mean, I'm only 2 turns away from killing them. They're 4 turns away from killing me with their Groth. What do you draw, opponent? They're into main phase, into attacks. They're considering, and they're getting in. Interesting. I'm not going to block. Follow-up? No follow-up play. Interesting. Okay, we'll scry. What they have must be better than the Groth. We're going to bottom that swamp. Certainly don't need more of those. Go to our draw step, regrowth, main phase. Any 2-drop that I care about here? I can also regrowth the Biblioplex Assistant, which seems pretty funny. We're going to play our Forest. We're going to get in for 1. Because we're just incentivized to. A 3-drop. Anything that I care about at 3. Pledge Mage. No. I think we're going to take the Biblioplex Assistant. I think it's just too strong here. 2/1 flyer that will also get me a card back on top of my library to remove other things. Seems pretty good. I mean, I think we just wait. Opponent can't attack without having a follow-up play, so let it be at the moment. Opponents, are they going to scry? Oh, closing statement. Interesting. Okay. Well, I can't necrotic fumes that. So they've still got me on a 3-turn clock here. And Blood Researcher. Okay. I think we're going to start here with a Pledge Mage. We'll play Assistant. Um, I think Mage Hunter's Onslaught is the guaranteed win. Flunking my 5/5. Sure. Scrying here. I have to block, which is unfortunate. Puts it on top, draws it, gets in. I have to block the 6/5. Okay, Brackish Trudge. I'm in trouble here. I'm dead. I'm dead. After all that. Alright, well. Oh man. Huh. I should have exiled the Graph. If I exile the Graph, I I don't die that way. I'm in a lot better shape. But I thought keeping mistakes were made. Well, good game, opponent. Let's wrap this up and we'll go into our recap, discuss the deck a little bit more. So, when I think about our deck, I only have positive things. It didn't turn out for us. I think, what was our creature count? 12? I just didn't feel like we drew creatures very well. This assistant seemed very strong. As long as you had lands already in the battlefield, it just seemed powerful. Bookworm is a very powerful card, just very difficult to deal with. Man, anything like had we had Dinah, that one life, um, just very good. Flunk had three of them, extremely powerful cards. But of course, when the opponent's keeping their hand full, it's actually pretty difficult to use them. Um, Impulse and Harvest were both very strong in our deck. Um, our deck didn't have the great life gain synergy to it, oddly. Um, But as we were drawing cards on the draft, I don't think we were supposed to be anywhere else. There was slight signals that blue-red might be open too, but it didn't feel that way longer through the packs. We were getting Mage Hunter's Onslaughts pretty late. We got Oberon Arch, like pick 8 or something. Um, Flunks were certainly available. I wish we had more aggressive creatures. Ignorant Poet really did work in that one game. Overall, really thought it was a good deck. Disappointed in our draw, disappointed in the first two games mana screw, but you can't avoid that. That's the variance of the game. I'm not hurting. Really, really enjoyed it. I think we had great games here, and I think as you think back over the past few drafts we've done exceptionally well. So hitting one bad set of variants, it's nothing to the world. So enjoy the game's opponents. I hope you did too. For all of you watching, I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, hit that like button, subscribe, and come back for some more. And we'll see you back next time for another episode of Gaming with Kohath.